Aloha! Let's play Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii. First, let's look at the Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii cards. Hanafuda cards are from Japan. Hanafuda means flower card in Japanese. Na Pua Hawaii is Hawaiian for the flowers of Hawaii. Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii is the game of flower cards with the flowers of Hawaii. There are 12 suits of 4 cards, for a total of 48 cards. Each suit represents a Hawaiian flower or plant. A suit is called an ohana or family. 6 of the ohana are endemic, meaning they are native to Hawaii. 6 of the plants are canoe plants, meaning they were introduced by the first Polynesian settlers of the islands. The 6 endemic ohana are Ohia Lehua, Iliahi, Ilima, Limu, Maohauhele, and Hapu'u. The 6 canoe plants are Niu, Hala, Kalo, Ki, Ulu, and Kukui. Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii cards have some playing aids on the cards. The cards have point values on the top left. Cards worth no points are left blank. On the bottom are icons that help you to make special bonus combinations. We'll get to that later. Let's review. Each suit represents a Hawaiian plant. A suit is called an ohana. Hanafuda cards are arranged in 12 suits of 4 cards. Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii cards have points and bonus combination icons on the face of some cards. Now, let's get to the basics of how to play. The rules are the same as Hanafuda Hawaii style, just the pictures and names have changed. Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii is a matching game that you win by collecting the most points. We'll be demonstrating with 3 players in this example. For the very first game, everybody draws 1 random card from the deck. The person with the card with the highest point value is the dealer. If there's a tie, players who are tied draw cards again until someone has the highest points. Here's how to deal the cards. The person to the dealer's left shuffles the cards. The person to the dealer's right cuts the cards. The dealer deals the cards. The dealing chart shows how many cards to deal. For 3 players, each player is dealt 7 cards for their hand, and 6 cards are dealt face up in the field. The rest are left in the drawing stack. The dealer starts the game with the first turn. First, she chooses a card from her hand to match with a card in the field. If she makes a match, she places the match on top of the card in the field so that everyone can see. She then takes both cards and places any cards with points in front of her. Cards with no points can be discarded in a discard pile. Next, she draws a card from the drawing stack and tries to match it with a card in the field. If she can make a match, she places the card on top of the matching card in the field, places any point cards in front of herself, and discards any cards with no points. If she cannot match the drawn card to any in the field, she must leave the card she drew in the field. The play proceeds to the right. The next player first tries to match a card from his hand. If he can't match a card from his hand, he must leave a card in the field. He then draws a card from the drawing stack. If he can't make a match, he must leave the card in the field. The next player to the right does the same. Take a card from the hand, then one from the drawing stack. So that's the basic game. Take one card from your hand, then one from the drawing stack. Leave any cards you can't match in the field. The play continues until there are no cards left in the player's hands. Cards can be worth 5, 10, or 20 points, for a total of 240 possible points in a game. The 20-point cards are, the 10-point cards are, the 5-point cards are. At the end of the game, count the points, and the player with the most points wins. If there's a tie with the dealer wins. If there's a tie between players other than the dealer, the player closest to the dealer's right is the winner. The winner of the game becomes the dealer for the next game. Now that you have the basics, here are a few special rules. The storm card is part of the Ha'apu'u or fern ohana. This card can be used as a wild card to match with any card, regardless of suit. If you have the storm card in your hand, you can use it to match with any card in the field. If you draw it from the drawing stack, you can use it to take any card in the field or leave it in the field. If it is in the field, you can only match it with other cards from the fern suit. When you use the storm card as a wild card to capture a card from a different suit, leave the storm card on top of the captured card in your points section. At the end of the game, any cards left over from the captured suit go to the player with the storm card. Another special rule is the Ohana Rule. Remember, a Hanafuda suit is called an Ohana. If at the beginning of a game all 4 cards of an Ohana are in the field, the dealer gets all 4 cards. If a player has any combination of cards in the hand or in the field that complete an Ohana, the player can say stop and claim all 4 cards at any time in the game. The only time the player must call an Ohana is to stop another player from trying to capture one of the cards of the Ohana with the storm card. If another player tries to capture a card from an Ohana with the storm card, the player holding the Ohana must say stop and take the cards off the field immediately. Finally, we get to the special bonus combinations. Remember the icons on the bottom of some cards? These icons are to help you recognize a special 3-card bonus combination. There are 8 bonus combinations of 3 cards. If you have one of these combinations at the end of a game, all of the other players must subtract 50 points from their score. The 8 special bonus combinations each represent a Hawaiian island. They are Hawaii, represented by a red feather helmet. The cards are Iliahi with kapa, moon with canoe, and Ma'ohauhele with ava cup. Next is Maui, represented by a pink fishhook. The cards are Niu, Ohialehua, and Iliahi. Molokai is represented by a green drum. The cards are Ilima with butterflies, Ma'ohauhele with ava cup, and Ulu with ilio. La'ana'i is represented by an orange dog petroglyph. The cards are purple kapa on top of Ilima, Ma'ohauhele, and Ulu. Kaho'olave is represented by the gray stars of the constellation Makali'i. The cards are red kapa with painted designs. Oahu is represented by a yellow whale tooth pendant. The cards are red kapa with no writing. Notice that the cards in this special bonus combinations have confetti in the background. Be careful not to include the Ha'apu'u fern. Kauai is represented by a purple ring-style poi pounder. The cards are Hala with pueo, Kalo in lo'i, and Ki with pua'a. Ni'ihau is represented by a white momi snail shell. The cards are Ki with Pua'a, Limu with Kolea, and Ulu with Ilio. Notice that some cards are part of more than one special bonus combination. Keep an eye out to capture these cards or prevent your opponents from getting these cards. Sometimes cards hold more value than their points suggest. To play with special bonus combinations, just play Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii like you normally would. Try to match a card from your hand, then one from the drawing stack for each turn until all the cards in each player's hands are used. Keep an eye out for cards that are part of a special bonus combination and try to get them, or try to block your opponents from getting them. At the end of the game, count everyone's points. Then see who has made special bonus combinations. For every special bonus combination a player makes, all of the other players must subtract 50 points. If player 1 makes a special bonus combination, players 2 and 3 have to subtract 50 points each. If player 1 makes one special bonus combination and player 2 makes 2 special bonus combinations, then player 1 must subtract 100 points, player 2 must subtract 50 points, and player 3 must subtract 150 points. That's basically how to play Hanafuda Na Pua Hawaii. Have fun! Let us know if you have any questions and visit our website at www.hanafudahawaii.com.